Hello, hi, how are you today? Today's topic, and these are not just topics, these are things you need to work on. Take my word for it as a healer and a coach because this is coming up big time for people. Are you fixing your family's lineage patterns? Hi, I'm Patricia. Welcome to my channel, which is about being a twin flame, the experience of it, all your ascension symptoms, what you're healing, what you're purging. Let's get into it. So, I had kind of an analogy for you. Okay, let's say you have a family and grandpa likes to get drunk. And grandpa started drinking when he was like, I don't know, like 14 with the guys. But now grandpa's grandpa, and grandpa can't really, never really could hold his liquor. And grandpa has bladder issues as a result, and sugar issues as a result, and argues, and he gets angry and argumentative. But here's the thing, grandpa falls down, and the family just throws a carpet over him and just keeps walking over the lump or stepping on the lump or dripping on the lump. Has anything been addressed? No. Okay. So are you just walking on the lump on your carpet in your family? Or are you starting to see the patterns? This is a part of what astrology should be about, seeing the patterns. This is especially what your ascension and working properly with your light body is about, seeing patterns and seeing patterns that have made us sick, lended itself to chronic illness or chronic addiction, and being sick and dead, hurt, harmed, at the hospital, like all kinds of stuff, right? So stop stepping on the lump under the carpet. We can't sweep these things under the carpet anymore, okay? And some of this goes to cultures, ethnicities, religious. These are patterns of how, like, okay, you have mentalities, martyr mentality, victim mentality, warrior mentality, mob mentality, us against them mentality. Or, you have people with desert mentality that truly don't give a shit simply because they believe they're guaranteed their place in heaven. Up against people who are like, no, we believe we're trying to create heaven right here. Why are you mucking it up for everyone? Why are you doing this or that? Okay, this is not a reward system. Neither side should get a reward for bad behavior. Okay? We're not picking sides anymore. You have to get away from those lumps under the carpet. Okay? So this is old family patterns. Okay? Do you have tendencies in your family to create tension with each other? Do you feel like everyone in your family except you is toxic? Do you feel like maybe you're toxic? Do you feel like you're always in trouble? Do you feel persecuted? Do you feel like somehow, no matter what you do, you're inadequate? Do you feel like somehow your money choices are always the result of how you were raised and how, your family's patterns are? Have they squandered money? Do they hoard money? Are they penny pinchers? Are they like simply without any of it? Are they rich? Are they foolish? Are they extravagant? Okay, these are extremes, and that is what we're here to balance, is within these family patterns, what are the extremes? Do you have crampy patterns? Can you catch that you are not repeating things? Can you actually admit that you need help with this ascension, and that, no matter how gifted you are, those gifts you've had in the third and fourth dimension do not equate to opening fully your light body and allowing things to flow through it very naturally, even though it's supernatural, to benefit your life. Okay? So, what is the theme here? Well, there's almost a swift review of past lives. I'm going to give you an example. I had some family members go on vacation together, and one of them kind of got injured just before. And there was this expectation that everyone else would step up. And this caused some resentments. It caused a little bit of camaraderie, but it also caused some resentments because people were like, hey, it's my vacation too. Hey, it's like I wanted to do this or that, right? And I just heard from the one person, and the person was like kind of restricted and limited. And they were like, you know what? I said, well, you just got a vacation. And they said, yeah, but it was like looking at four walls. And I was like, but you still went. Like, you got to take, what are your takeaways? I mean, you went to another country. You did it. You saw things. You still had a nice time. You got in touch with an old friend. Okay. Counting your blessings and having your takeaways do not equate to opening and expanding your brand new light body to heal you from these patterns of tension, resentment, anger, family angers, misunderstandings, grudge holding, resentment, retaliation, pettiness, right? And a lot of families have these. They have learned it. It's been learned. It's been actually condoned sometimes. Enough is enough, okay? The buck stops here. Do you even know how to set energetic boundaries? Because fixing your lineage stuff does involve setting energetic boundaries. I know how to help you with that. We start with a session. We start with energy work to get you open, or you join my classes and workshops. Your interconnectedness with the people that you originate from, your soul monad, that's the group of souls from some planet that you originated from. Look, there's very, how do I say this? There's very common places that you've heard the names of, like the Arcturians, the Palladians, the Syrians, right? There's a collaborative effort. Just because it's one name or no name that occurs to you doesn't mean that you're not from somewhere. You're from some people. You're from right here on planet Earth. You've had life after life. This is especially hard for people to even fathom why they were born the way they were. Why would they be born into that family? Well, it's giving you the perfect little petri dish or setting to be able to conclude and heal from your karma, the things that have repeated and repeated and repeated. Most people don't know how. Most people, it's really heavy, it's really upsetting. We don't do it with talk therapy. People have talked over 10 years. People have come to me after 10 years of talk therapy, medications about their stuff, where by 3 sessions, we get it done and things truly start fixing because it detaches, it unravels, it becomes removed. This means, are you forgiving your parents again and again and again for their bad behaviors, for their non-responses, for their inabilities, for their inadequacies? Are they berating you? Are you berating them? Would you rather never see them again? What if they're a way to make you like Switzerland and be neutral? Okay. Your life is not a theater. It's up to you to catch the drama. How do you do it? The minute you start feeling it, that's how you do it. Okay. It starts with your own emotional feeling, your emotional regulation, and the things that are driving this. If your hackles are raised, if you're putting yourself on guard and bracing yourself, and this could be at work, it could be at other places. If you're still locked into that tension, it is very hard for your higher self to get you to let go and move to the next best place for you. And it's very hard for people because, look, there's just a lot of turmoil out there. Okay. How do you live in a level where other people are still affected, where you can say you care about these people, like, oh, I care about them, but every birthday there's a fight, there's an argument, there's tension, there's like misunderstandings, or someone gets drunk, or it triggers out these bad memories. I want to help you with that. Okay? So fixing your lineage stuff, very important. Have a session. These things run deep because they go deep into history. Okay? Deep into caveman days. I realized at some point that, some generations, they had no luxury to sit around and, talk about their troubles or trauma dump. Look, don't let people trauma dump on you, especially if they're drinking. They'll forget, and you'll be there going, oh my God, I'm such an empath. I feel crappy. They feel better. I feel crappy. I give you the tools to handle those situations properly so that you are not the one feeling affected. And it tosses the ball back in their court. I give you tools of what to do when family continues with their same stuff. It's like, are we going to do this again? Is this a command performance? Okay. I'm a firm believer in there's no, I'm a firm believer that what is the point of working on your spirit? And I don't mean being spiritual, and I don't mean just love or brotherly love. I don't mean just like your energy. I mean the whole thing. Your twin flame union isn't supposed to support everybody else's crap. Can seem like that for a little bit. It can seem like you're always coming and propping them up, or they siphoned out your energy. It's supposed to be the other way around, where when you and your twin flame are together, and there will come the togetherness point, a lot of people are speeding into it. There is going to be this sort of like weird reversal effect. And what's going to happen is those people, by virtue of the fact that you've expanded your light body and you've done your work to set your energetic boundaries, those people show you the best side of themselves. I've literally been at parties where people leave their drinks, and I'm like, very observant. They're not really drinking. They actually have left it. They're not getting toasted and abusive and slurry and negative and weepy and maudlin, fighting, argumentative. Any of that is happening. Yes, it does. And it is a wonderful thing. People tell you the truth. They actually tell you the truth, and I call it true confessions time, where it's like, despite whatever's going on with them, somehow there is a safe zone because of your brand new light body that they can't dump, embed, or otherwise hit you with their traumas and problems. And they simply tell you what's happening behind the scenes. And the even better thing is, it as the truth. You feel it in your body. You feel those tingles of like, they're finally being real with me. They're finally fessing up, or they're finally saying something. Look, this happened to my friend who did the work. She really liked this guy. This guy was really, he checked a lot of boxes. And then came the day where he told her the truth. Unlike a lot of men that, they don't ask, they don't tell, and they ain't wanting you to ask, and they ain't telling. He had herpes, and that was the deal breaker for her. She didn't care how and after that, after a few months, she broke up with him. And that was her soul demanding the truth from him. She met her husband, and this was fabulous because he was the guy for her. Okay, the other guy, he was like one of those people, like, looks good on paper, has a good resume, right? But there's something just under the surface that, hey, your light body is going to be able to tell you things. You will intuit things. This is how it's supposed to work. So starting with fixing your lineage stuff, your family, and use patterns. Okay, y'all, your patterns, how you interact. It's not just family, it's family, it's work colleagues, it's the general public. It is the human collective, right? And gradually, as you learn how to do this with your light body, you will feel beyond adept at it, because it's not a thought. It just simply, it's your light body working the way it should, because you opened and expanded all those little petals to get it open, and you're maintaining it. Won't you join me to learn? You can also learn things from my book. Ascension is insane, but you're not crazy. The link is below, and try it. You will learn so much. This is a brand new ascension. This is different. We're doing it from right here at a physical level, unlike in other places that you may have a memory of. We don't want you to have a terrible time. We want you to enjoy coming here, being ascended, being awakened and activated. It should not be a living hell. And making things harmonious is the objective of your higher self. You have to participate in that, because it's custom. It's about who you are. So thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps me in the algorithm. Please check the links below. How can I help you fix your stuff? And I mean fix it for good and be brand new. Thanks so much. Bye.